All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays. Coming to you live from Istanbul's International Airport. Hope everyone sees and hears me okay. It's a super nice lounge. It's a brand new airport. I know I complained about Turkey on my Twitter, but I really like Turkey. Well, I used to like it a lot more. Every time I come to Turkey, it just gets more and more frustrating. Uh, but I always first time I came to Turkey, I absolutely loved it. Uh, the food's great. My biggest issue with Turkey is the fact that they have an unreasonable amount of desserts that are super tasty. Like this is like sugar heaven for people. And one of my favorite desserts is baklava. And it's like eating pounds of sugar. Uh, and so my biggest issue when I come to Turkey is trying not to eat an unreasonable amount of dessert. Um, Other than that, um, yeah, it's super hard to get a taxi now because their currency is collapsing. But the government pretends like the currency is not collapsing, and the price of gasoline is skyrocketing. But again, the government pretends like their currency is not collapsing while price of gasoline is going up. So it is almost impossible to get an Uber. Super hard to get a taxi. They almost don't want to use the meter. They want to negotiate a price. Uh, these things weren't a problem before, but now it's a big problem. Baklava might be Greek, but like it's like the Turkish primary. Like it's not like Greece is super far away, right? One of my favorite movies, by the way, is Troy, the Brad Pitt movie. Eric Bania, Brad Pitt, one of my favorite movies. And that was, the war between Greece and Troy, and Troy is in Turkey. They're neighbors. I think of baklava as Turkish. That's where I always see it. All right, let's go look at the charts. This lounge is super good. They have great food, cheese too. Like there's really good cheese here in Turkey. Let's go look at the charts. All right, the month is almost at an end, and while we did have a nice recovery to the month, basically in the last 24 hours was the main recovery of the month. This is still a pretty shitty candle, to put it mildly. It's still a pretty shitty candle for the end of the month. And I like this little wick, but guess what? The moving averages are going to cross. And it's possible there could be, also look at the oscillators, right? MACD, RSI, they look bad. They look like they are still in a downtrend. The MACD in a downtrend, the RSI in a downtrend. It's great to be hopeful that this is the low, but the monthly chart is telling me that this is not the low. Weekly chart, we all had our fun with 9 straight weeks of red candles. Yes, the MRI does have a relevance to 9 candles, but the MRI is only on candle number 8. And while this is a bullish candle, and you can see the warning arrow, we are somewhat likely to still get an MRI buy next week. And that MRI buy could come, at a low of, 22. And that MRI buy could also come at current price or even slightly higher price, though slightly higher would be very, very tricky. The week has just started. Today is Monday. We cannot judge how this candle is going to end by how the week started. Can't judge. So all we can do is use statistics and assume that we can't have infinite number of red candles on a weekly scale. So sooner or later, a green candle is coming, and it is very likely to be this week. I'm going to save my embarrassment for last. So let's go to the daily chart. Actually, before we do that, let's look at the oscillators on a weekly scale. The RSI is actually looking good. RSI is telling us we should be able to buy this dip right now. About the MACD. The MACD is telling us we should not rush into the trade yet, to the upside. What about the CMF? I don't like the CMF because I don't like this dip in the CMF from last week to this week. So the CMF is telling us to hold our horses right now. Now let's go to the daily chart. Man, my neck is killing me based on this. Like, I want to take this laptop and put it on my lap or something. But anyway, maybe I'll keep the video short. Let's go to the oscillators first. I don't even see the price because my own window is kind of like sort of blocking it. So let's go to the oscillators. The RSI looks super strong on a daily scale, really strong. What about the MACD? The MACD looks super strong as well. You can see the bigger histogram bar really starting to separate. The MACD looks super strong. The MACD actually crossed over way back here. So the MACD really led this charge. The RSI crossed over even earlier. The RSI actually led the charge. The RSI told you to be bullish on May 14. The MACD told me to be, told us to be bullish on May 19. I was not trusting these indicators. I was trusting the price action. So I certainly wasn't bullish too much. I was a little bullish, but when we didn't bounce, I wasn't that bullish. The funding rate is still not indicating much. There's no FOMO to the upside yet. And look at the CMF. The CMF, as of today, crossed into positive territory. So that's also telling us to go long. All the oscillators are telling us to go long. The volume isn't saying anything one way or another. The volume is kind of irrelevant right now. Though I am surprised that the volume is so small. That was not me, but I am literally the closest person to that thing happening. Literally like the cover of a machine, just like, you guys heard that, right? Anyway, it's like Scott just got super quiet. I was like hearing all this background noise, it just got super quiet. I was like, what the hell is that? All right, so now let's go look at the price action. This is a clean descending triangle. That is a violation of the descending triangle. The way we closed yesterday's candle was still within the triangle. I did not adjust this triangle. I left the triangle as is. And I'm happy to go back and talk about 2017. So it's a violation of the triangle. With the violation of the triangle failed. So am I expecting us to break down right now? The answer is no, I'm not. Okay. So now because we violated the triangle, let me bring my moving averages up. What am I expecting now? Well, I'm now expecting us to rally into the 50-day moving average. Something I expected us to do, back here on May 10, and then something I expected us to do here on May 20th. But right here on May 27th, I no longer expected us to rally into the moving average. So the breach of this triangle, I am now expecting us to rally into the moving average. There's one thing that I'm waiting for. The one thing that I'm waiting for is for a full trading day of the actual stock market, because today is a holiday Monday. And because today is holiday Monday, I'm not going to rush into anything. And on this note, I'm going to go back to the 4-day chart. And my 4-day chart has a very, very modest, very small 10% bearish position. And while normally everything has just violated this bearish position, but because this is happening over a holiday Monday, I am not going to rush into any decisions. I will go ahead and wait. How long am I willing to wait? The maximum amount of time I am willing to wait before taking any trading action is the end of the candle, which is 2 days and 11 hours. Well, let's say 2 days. I'm perfectly fine taking action in the last 10 hours of a 4-day candle of 24 hours, right? So 4 times 24 is, what's 4 times 24? That's 80, that's 104 hours, okay? Is my math right? 20, no, 196 hours, my bad, not 100, 96 hours. So I'm happy to take action with 10 hours to go on a 96-hour candle. So, but right now, because it's a holiday Monday, I am not going to take any action yet. I'm going to just stay patient because these moving averages are dropping fast. We are likely to have a close higher than all of these closes. But what if tomorrow is a big stock market crash, which will pull Bitcoin down with it? So while I am ready to cut my losses on my little tiny 10% bearish trade, I'm going to stay patient and I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. The financial summit, I can't wait for this event. It's going to be absolutely awesome. We're going to start doing a bunch of Instagram posts. We're going to start reactivating the Twitter handle. So it's going to be great. I don't know why the little video is not playing, but come and join us at the financial summit. And we will put the next one on sale probably this week. Bali, the next one will be in Bali, but I'm really hoping the Bali doesn't have a castle. Bali does not have a castle. So Dominican Republic is going to be great. The Dominican Republic is more for a US audience because it's closer. Bali is more for our Asian audience. Maybe Australians will be allowed to leave the Print Island. I know I'm pissing off all Australians. I have a big viewership in Australia. I am really angry at your government. It's unfortunate you guys can't own guns because this probably wouldn't have happened if you did. Like America handled COVID way better, probably because they have guns. At the same time, you just had there was this school shooting, which has as many question marks surrounding it as there are shitcoins. But it's unfortunate how you guys got locked down, but hopefully you're able to finally get out and come join us in Bali because it's closer to your is it still wrong to refer to it as prison island? I think now the biggest COVID prison right now is still Canada because you need a vaccine to leave Canada. So we'll see what happens there. All right. So check out the website, check out our videos. Please check out our YouTube channel. Please subscribe to the Financial Summit YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so that we can stop YouTube from forcing ads onto our channel. Check out the testimonial videos and, of course, the promo videos. Okay, so I saw a comment in here somewhere about Tone called the top in 2017 at 7,500. Then the price went to 20,000. These are the facts. Let's go and review the facts. I'm going to use the weekly chart for reference. Actually, I'm also going to use the daily chart. Let's talk about the 2017 top. I called the top right here in October at 7,500. The question is, why did I do that? Well, because I was one of the biggest bullish, I was one of the biggest bulls coming out of this triangle here. I'm surprised there's no triangle here. I used to use different. This was one of my best calls on Bitcoin. This was an incredible bullish ascending triangle. See, everything needs context. Everything requires context. Everything requires context. I was a huge bull coming out of this zone, huge. And I was a bull all throughout. I called the $3,000 top perfectly. I called thanks to the MRI in real time. In real time, I called this top almost to the day, almost to the day. And then we fell like 40%. I called this top on the to the hour actually. This top I called to the hour right here. And the August top 5,000. I called it within 1 hour of the top. Why did I call this top? Well, we have to go to the daily chart and I'll show you. I called this top to the day, within a day. I called this top within hours. There's videos of me saying this thing ain't going above 5,000 and the price was $4,970 or something. And then right here, something interesting was happening. But we have to go to the daily chart. So there's two things you have to be aware of. When you say tone call top for the year here, I did. Now, first of all, I called the bull market from under $700 all the way to $7,500. So a move from 700 to 7,000 is a pretty damn good move. So I caught, most of this rally. The other thing you have to keep in mind is you can make fun of me all you want on being wrong as far as price, but I sure as hell wasn't wrong in terms of time because I missed the top of the bull market by 3 weeks. So there's more to life and trading than the price of an asset. There's also time to an asset. And I was right for a year and a half. And I missed it by 3 weeks. So there's another way to look at it. If you look at it from the perspective of price, you can make fun of me and say I was wrong. If you look at it from the perspective of time, I wasn't wrong at all. I was within a 2% error based on time. There's one more caveat there. While I did call the top of the year right here at 5,000, I also said right here a week later, then that was 5,000 actually. On a daily scale, I'll show you. A week later, I was back to being a bull. And I was going to be a bull perpetually until we crashed. And then right here in January, on this red star candle, I finally became a bear. So I called the top for the year right here at 7.5. I became a bull again right here above 8. I was a bull all through this top. And then I became a long-term bear right here in the red star candle. So those are also facts. Now let's go to the daily chart and I'll show you. On a daily chart, we're going to use the go-to feature. We're going to go to October 2017. Let's go to September 30th, 26th. No, it was October. It was October. October 30th. Let's go there and take it. It's not actually going there. What the hell is the point of this? Oh, there it goes. Huh, I got some, I didn't even know I had this line. I don't even know what it's for. I'm just gonna delete it because I don't remember this. Okay, so first, let me show you how I was able to call the top at 5,000 to the hour of it happening, because it happened right here on the MRI, and we had an MRI top and extension C. So there are videos on the World Crypto Network on this day, and I say it very loudly and very clearly. This is the top for a significant correction. And we fell 35%. Okay. We fell 35%. I called this within hours. That's how I even knew there was going to be a top. Now let's talk about this top. Here's what I was looking at the time, in real time. In real time, I'm looking at this candle. If you are a trader with any kind of education on technical analysis, this is a dream top candle. This is as textbook of a doji as you can get. That happens to take place on the MRI following a daily extension C on extension A. Look at your next candle. Your next candle activates a short trade as it starts trading below that candle. This candle broke the trend. Who remembers what happened on November 8th, 2017? I'll wait. I'll wait for the, without Googling, you can't cheat. I know exactly what happened on this day. Who can answer the question? What happened on November 8th, 2017 in the world of Bitcoin? I'll wait. It's like we should have like Jeopardy music going right now. Let's see who can answer this without Googling. Props to have an answer first. And you better do it before I finish my wine. We got 500 people watching. SegWit 2x, more specific, great. More specifically, CME listing, no. ETF approval, no. User activated soft fork, no. China ban, no. SegWit, no. User activated soft fork, no. SegWit 2x was the right answer, but more specifically. China ban, no. 2x failed. David, great. S2x canceled, excellent. Amjar, right. First person who said SegWit 2x was Prop X, Prop S. You said SegWit 2x first, but you were not as specific, but I'm sure you knew what it was. Right. So, but you saw all the guesses, right? The guesses were Mt. Gox, ETF, CME, China ban, all these guesses, right? This was the day SegWit 2x failed. I was actually really disappointed that SegWit X failed. SegWit 2x failed, sorry. Not SegWit failed. SegWit already succeeded. SegWit 2x was gonna split the big blocker shitcoiners into two factions. Eventually, the big blocker shitcoiners split into two factions between Bitcoin SV and BCH. But at the time, Bitcoin SV and BCH was just one, you know, oh man, it would have been so smooth. Was just one Frankenstein monster, right? Though the Frankenstein monster was very misunderstood, the big blocker BCH shitcoin was very understood. And this was going to split the big blocker camp. And this cancellation of the big blocker split rallied the price of Bitcoin and took me out of my short trade. Now, the fate of the drop still occurred, but this cancellation crushed the most obvious short trade Bitcoin has had. As good of a short trade as it ever had was ruined by the cancellation of the big blocker split. But the fate of this did not change. But I still hold that I really expected this drop to fall to about at least $5,000. Now, it did not fall to 5,000. It touched the 50-period moving average, and it held the MRI support line. But I thought that this drop should have fallen all the way down to here. But this one candle kind of ruined the momentum. And it made this drop not as bad as it probably would have been. But that's okay. I was still very accurate that this is a top, because we fell from this top 30%. 30%. And when did I admit that I was wrong, that this is the top for the year and the market is still actually bullish? Well, obviously, I admitted it when we had a candle close at a new daily all-time high. A new daily all-time high made me bullish once again. So I was bullish all throughout this area. And right here, I was also calling for a top. But this consolidation made me not very confident in this top. And I was bullish once again once we had a new closing high. I'm always bullish at an all-time high, always. It's a rule. It's a trading rule for Tone. Any market, any asset, a daily closing all-time high, I'm bullish to the gills. Okay? Imagine living life thinking that the market is at a top ready to collapse with every new daily all-time high. What does that mean? That means you are bearish Bitcoin right here and right here and right there and right there and right there. Same thing here. That's a new all-time high. You are bearish. This is the life of like a Peter Schiff, right? Where every time the stock market makes a new all-time high, you think it's ridiculous and it needs to crash, right? But the market makes a new all-time high the majority of a year. So I am always bullish at a new all-time high, any asset. So of course I am bullish right on this candle and this candle and this candle and this candle and this candle all the way to the top. Right here, I'm bullish. Of course I'm bullish because I am right 90% of the time that we're still bullish. Why would I be bearish right here? What makes this candle different than, say, this candle here? New all-time closing high, daily close. Of course I'm going to be bullish. The only time I'm ever bearish on a new all-time high close is when there is an MRI top. That's it. That is my only metric. The only time I am ever bearish at an all-time high is on an MRI top. And that's why the MRI is such a good indicator. All right, speaking of MRI, if you're interested in the MRI, please check out tonevays.com, products and services, MRI indicator. The price is at a very reasonable price of $500. Lifetime fee. And we'll see. Maybe a few years from now it will be free, but you don't want to wait a couple of years. Also, if you're using the MRI, you may want to check out the notification service. Oh. I got to relog in. Do it next time. I kind of want to see what my flight is. I think I should probably check out what gate I'm at and how far away it is. All right, guys, I'm probably going to leave it here. The markets are closed. We're going to take a look at the gold and the S&P markets. I know the futures are open, but they're irrelevant on a holiday. We're going to take a look at all of that tomorrow. I got a long 11-hour flight back to the United States. And I'm sure I'll see you sometime tomorrow. Do I think that 30.6 being MicroStrategy's average? Is that really MicroStrategy's average, 30.6? I would have thought it was lower than that. I don't think it's a meaningful, I don't think 30.6 is that relevant. Yeah, there's golden ratios, there's Fibonacci extensions. There are a couple of metrics that try to identify a top pivot points. I only trust the MRI to identify a top. Other than that, I'm pretty much bullish. There's very few metrics that I trust to identify a top. And as always, the metric that I trust the least is Elliott waves. You guys know that. Tom, can we spend a few months around 30,000, just like in late 2018, around 3,000 as a bottom? What do you think? Yes, but it literally has to be a few months. It has to be literally a few months. Okay, here is our 4-day chart. Here's our 4-day chart. If we manage to stay at 30,000 until we get above the long-term moving average, so like if we stay at 30,000 until November, that is a long and boring enough consolidation that a big drop after that is unlikely. So it has to be literally 2 to 3 months, minimum 2 months. MicroStrategy doesn't have a viable business. That is a matter of opinion. I don't really want to get into it. How was Turkey? Turkey has generally been great. Big fan of Turkey. But like I said in the beginning of the video, with their currency devaluing to such an extent, and the government not admitting that the currency is devaluing to such an extent, people are not working as hard because they're barely getting paid for it. So it's very hard to get a taxi, very poor service. Turkey was way more enjoyable 3 to 4 years ago when I first started coming here than now. Hopefully it turns around. Other than that, Turkey is great. And my biggest problem is too many sweets, too many incredible desserts, too much sugar. So I'll be looking forward to not eating too much baklava when I head out. BTC dominance on the weekly. I'll take a look at it next time. I don't feel like searching for the handle. All right, guys. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Check out the Financial Summit. It's a good place to meet incredible finance people. Hey, the video is playing now. All right. Can't wait to do it in DR and Bali. And then we're going to have some awesome footage, some cool scenes from people that attended. Bye, guys. Oh, shout out to Kaizen Club. That was the organization that brought me down here to Istanbul to speak at their event. It was a Russian language speaking event. It's a Kazakhstani organization, and had a really, really cool time.